Welcome to a special coffee with yours truly, Dragon. Rainbow Dragon Adrian H. Dragonborn died during COVID, being reborn Adrian Hanna Dragon. Yours truly, androgynous pansexual founder of the dancing goddess and the Dragon Kingdom. And the theme of this cup of coffee is the dancing goddess and the Dragon Kingdom, with the cooperative, complementary, and covenant institutions of the International Citizen Integrated Social Security and Service Force, aka the Dragon Army, and the International Integrated Dance League, aka the Dancing Goddess Army, are the complementary counterpart and needed solution to break the impasse which has been with us since at least about 1984 or so. Pinpointing 1984 November 6th with the election of Ronald Reagan and the administration, and launching the financialization of American capitalism, and thus by de facto North American capitalism and capitalist system, Western free world market for that matter, in many ways, without specifications of details. Not trickle down, how many they give during COVID. He rushed back to business as usual. CEOs of corporations, patriarchal sports leagues, NFL, National Football League, NHL, National Hockey League, NBA, National Basketball Association, MLB. I'm saying patriarchal because, let's be honest, there's not even one women's sports leagues, which makes even close financially to what the aforementioned patriarchal sports leagues make. The NFL, National Football League, NHL, National Hockey League, NBA, National Basketball Association, and Major League Baseball. That's why the Dancing Goddess Army, for pleasure and purpose, will counterbalance the aforementioned, which I am calling them willingly living to support, and to triple the cheerleaders' salaries, and to allow the Dancing Goddess Army to dance before the games, and to be in collaboration for attaining harmony between civilization and Mother Nature. So the theme of this coffee with yours truly, Adrian Hanna, Dragon, androgynous pansexual founder of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom, is the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom, the complementary covenant cooperative institutions of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom, which was founded by 156 trillions of kisses. And 56 trillions of kisses which were credited from the goddess, who dances with her brother's son and who received one kiss from her sister, goddess of heavens, and that one kiss turned into trillions of kisses as the starlit heaven is in numbers. And those trillions of kisses are credited to yours truly with the condition that will freely distribute to all my willingly loving allies and armies. I pledge your allegiance, legions. So this cup of coffee, meditative cup of coffee, philosophical rant, has its theme, the theme of it. Drink a little bit of coffee. Remember, the motto of the Dancing Goddess Army is all ALL. Fruits, vegetables, and legumes are made, created, and produced by the dance of the goddess with her brother the sun, harvested by my brothers and sisters, farmers, put on the truckers delivering groceries and food now all across Hawk Island. How many? In the tens and the hundreds across thousands of North America, delivering grocery to grocery store, loading, unloading, unloading, loading, unloading. So the Dragon Army of service and security to be east, west, north, south. If a trucker or a farmer needs a little bit of help, to be on the ground to help with whatever need to be. Pull out the call, integrated with all existing institutions and organizations and the technologies that we have, application calling for volunteers to build the apps, build the Dragon Army, east, west, north, south. Maybe a trucker has arrived now in Hawk Island, Montreal, and he drove all the way from the Midwest or the South. 13.3 hours maybe he drove. He needs a neck rub. Salary too low, he can't afford it. Groceries went up. Price of gas went up. He cannot afford to go pay $100 for an hour massage. Give him a good massage with a good system, simple, effective for dragging so that there's no abuse, You can't ask for a massage 3 times a day. You get 2 a week, 3 a week, or XYZ services, right? For the body is a temple for pleasure and purpose. I ask you, freedom and democracy for who? CEOs, the corporations, for the multi-millionaire artists, for the multi-millionaire players in the National Football League, NHL, NBA, MLB. Freedom and democracy sometimes need a good shaking, man. A good shaking. So the theme of this cup of coffee with yours truly, you do not a dragon. Androgynous pansexual founder of the dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom, and universal revolutionary centrist. The theme is the dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom is the complementary, needed solutions. Create this new complementary covenant cooperative institutions in order to ensure and secure freedom. Attain some peace and some justice and harmony with nature. The universal revolutionary centrism. And the theme is the dancing goddess in the dragon kingdom is the political, social, and psychosexual, and financial counterpart to the or needed complementary solution as the new institution to the corporate, financialized world order that we have developed since 1984. Furthermore, after the 1996, 2007, up to today, March 23rd, it's 4:18 p.m. in Hawk Island, Montreal. Yours truly. This cup of coffee, steam, is this discussion. Because of course we have institutions and organizations that are transnational, that are universal, international. But we also have the mega corporations, the mega institutions, which are private. The private corporations. Who are the top 10, say top 500 corporations? Well, a lot of them are in technology. The tech companies. The dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom is the necessary counterbalance or social, political, psychosexual, and financial transformation or needed establishment to create the 2 complementary cooperative institutions of the dancing goddess army and the dragon army in order to balance, harmonize, and bring equilibrium to the corporate, democratic, financialized, free world market. Tell the leaders of the free world Dragon Zero's message. Drop down and give Dragon Zero 13 push-ups with love and for the sake of world peace. So we have had systems which have evolved. Keep in mind that yours truly, although as a universal spiritual teaching student, I do not play self-righteous. I'm not perfect. Got issues, got vices, got lusts. Yesterday on my march, I got lustful. I saw something which was pleasing to mine eyes. I got a little bit lustful. little bit aroused sexually, if you will. I'm pansexual, I'm LGBTQ, a rainbow. I don't play self-righteous. I got more, although it's not meditated upon the theme of this cup of coffee. I didn't write a script, performance. I'm gonna let it free flow from the brains and muscle and the heart. From the heart, the brains and the muscle. It's getting cloudy. I'm gonna need to get some light maybe. I'm gonna leave it like this because it's more important the voice and the message than the superficial quality of my videos, which I'm working with what I got, this laptop, and I'm grateful. I'm gonna say my gratitude, thankfulness. I'm grateful my rent is paid for March. I'm grateful my electricity bill is paid in full, rent is paid in full, half of my phone bill is paid, and got food to last me at least, even if I don't get any new food. Buy, acquire, purchase, or from the food bank or from the local fridge here in Hawk Island, Montreal, NDG. That I'm grateful, thankful on this 22-day revolutionary right journey, which began March 20th and will end April 10th. The Lemig High holidays. I'm grateful, thankful. Probably, even if I don't get any more food, buy, acquire, or receive gift from the food bank, could be able to get to last me even on this 22 days since until about April 10th for sure. I got sardines, got noodles, noodle bags, and got some pasta and some cans. So definitely would be able to last until it's already the third day. This 22-day special revolution right journey that shows truly began March 20th for the establishment of the dancing goddess in the Dragon Kingdom, marching towards the mountain. We'll make videos, meditations like this with philosophical rants, workout, train, exercise, and dance, and march in steel toe shoes because my steel toe boots are lost a soul, not the spiritual mystical S-O-U-L, but the S-O-L-E. Dancing goddess in the Dragon Kingdom establishment and the creation of the two complementary institutions, governing cooperative complementary institutions of the International Citizen Integrated Social Security and Service Force, aka the Dragon Army, to be for security and for service with the International Integrated Dance League, to be for pleasure and purpose, and to complement the existing patriarchal sports leagues, the NFL, National Football League, NHL, National Hockey League, NBA, National Basketball Association, and the MLB, to complement them in the political, social, psychosexual, and financial complement to the existing corporate democratic world order. Brothers and sisters, straightforward and direct, most of these free world leaders, politicians ain't got half my passion. They just got more money for a PR agency, to hire a public relations agency, to on a private jet plane and fly across the world, or between states or provinces here in North America, Canada, or have an advertising campaign on TV and radio and the internet for suit and tie. Could go without the suit and tie. I'll be too tight. My neck will be like, and gonna loosen up a little bit. Well, you see, our politicians, leaders do most of the time. Read from a piece of paper, look at the camera, read 6 words, back down, back up at the camera, read another 6, look back down, read another 6 at the camera. And I'm not perfect. In some situations, I admit I am mediocre, below average. I fucking suck and I'm fucking useless at certain areas, domains. Fundamentally, in essence, I'm the world's greatest living, dancing millennial rainbow poet, philosopher, thinker, independent theorist. My political, social, psychological, sexual theories, which I've developed and written, and a lot of them from experience and suffering and struggle. The past years with one foot in the libraries, which were made my second home, and the many thousands of the books my friends here in Hawk Island, Montreal, in the past more than 7 years, and one foot in the streets, and read tens of thousands of books, written tens of thousands of pages of poetry, philosophy, theory, of which the trinity of theories known as the citizen integration theory, heterofusion theory, and democratic fusion theory. This trinity of theories calling for their implementation ASAP. I'm calling from all willingly loving to support and join the mission, vision thereof, and the dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom with all the flaws and the temperaments and the vices and issues that do have. Even spiritually, my spiritual attainment, as high as it can get, I can always use some good loving, some good massaging, tickling, washing of the feet, some kissing, hugging, Xing, Zing, Zing, Xing, Xing, Zing. I don't want to be part of no army or security force that doesn't take into account it's human nature, sexuality. You want me to start rapping a delicious, disgusting diatribe as an underground rapper? They don't want my rainbow ass in the rap industry anyways. I'm an independent artist, athlete, activist, AAA, universal spiritual teaching student, because I'm also learning every day. Got more questions. Unlike other spiritual philosophers or teachers, I don't want to listen to no spiritual instructor that doesn't want to kiss, hug, massage, rub, hex, dance. And I get dirty, but I get back clean, royal, regal, lofty. It's not for me. Not for me, my brothers and sisters. Adrian Hanna, Dragon, born Adrian H. Dragon died during COVID. I don't want to go back to nothing pre-COVID. I understand, especially big business, big CEOs, especially the owners, CEO, and executive directors and stock holders. Freedom and democracy for who, I ask? For the stock shareholders. Freedom and democracy for who? Freedom is a double-edged sword, which I admit, my tiny hands, it's too heavy to admit by my solo, SOLO, by myself. If my sister helps. Second thought, my sister can lift it by herself. Blessed be anonymous, anonymous, anonymous woman. If I die tonight, COVID again mutates, cases rising. I'm triple vaccinated, open for business, but encourage everybody to wash their hands when going in and out of public. I'm gonna interject a meditation, which I've done. You know, I'm open carrying my disinfectant. This is my pouch. This is my disinfectant. See? Liquid gel disinfectant, sanitizer, hand sanitizer. So I used the bank teller ATM machine yesterday. I punched the codes, punched the numbers, punched the screen. I was thinking, I went late because I marched late. How many people used that same one until I used it? And how many times was it disinfected? Perhaps none. 0 times it's going to be disinfected overnight, and maybe then, who knows? Maybe the worker is so stressed, their own bills, prices increases, not getting enough, that forgets, neglects to disinfect. Somebody doesn't look at the camera, doesn't say, hey, forgot to do the screens. Psh, psh, clean, 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 clean. I'm not perfect. I got constant cleaning in my underground room, office, and temple. I say underground because it's literally underground room, office, and temple. But I was doing this meditation. How many people wash their hands when coming in, before or after touching that screen? I don't know people's independent personal hygiene. I encourage it. I encourage working out, training, regular lifestyle, active lifestyle. It has been, is, and will be medicine and therapy for yours truly. For the mind, body, and spirit. Working out, training, exercising. Since I've embarked on my fitness journey, I have been calling. I am calling now. Especially y'all rich athletes, there's thousands of you in the NFL, National Football League, NHL, National Hockey League, National Basketball Association, NBA, MLB. You're gonna play tonight, NBA, NHL, right? Gonna play tonight. Gonna play tonight. Everybody gotta eat. Rich or poor, tall and small, LGBTQ like me or not. Everybody gotta eat. Food is holy, sacred, and divine. I've been asking since more than 3 years now. Documented work, my artistic, athletic, activist, and spiritual work here in YouTube, raw, real, revolutionary. Let's keep it humble, but I'm proud that none of my videos are edited. Sure, I meditate on the theme, or I do Coffee with Dragon. This theme is Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom is complementary, needed institutions, complement the corporate democratic world order, transnational corporations, right? Of which aforementioned patriarchal sports leagues are also the NFL, National Football League, NHL, National Hockey League, NBA, National Basketball Association, MLB. The transnational have been since decades now. Right? Corporations, big tech. Back to my call, I'm making a call here. Patriarchal Sports League athletes and owners. Don't forget the owners, right? Who owns the teams in the National Football League, NFL, National Hockey League, NHL, NBA, National Basketball Association, NBA, MLB, Major League Baseball. The owners are billionaires. Billion is 1,000,000,000. If somebody inherits, nothing against Donald Trump personally, I'm still challenging him to a boxing match. You know, Dragon's Fist are gonna make Trump over his nose roll like Pinocchio, right? If somebody inherits Donald Trump, Granddaddy Trump, knock you, maybe you knock me, I don't know. I got tiny hands, and you got bigger hands than me, I admit it. And I don't know what that golden shower business was in Russia, but with consent and hygiene, I don't mind me some golden showers any goddamn way. How much, Mr. Trump, did you get from your father? Inheritance. Myself, I been on my own for many, many, many years. Barely remember, not at all. I don't remember my biological father. I don't remember, man. Way too long ago. Surname, that's what I got. Surname, and surname Dragon took me blood, sweat, and tears, and even now to turn that A into an O. Tens of thousands of push-ups, tens of thousands of squats, tens of thousands of hawks marching steps, millions of them in steel-toe boots in this Hawk Island, Montreal. And tens of thousands of books written, read, and tens of thousands of pages of theory, philosophy, poetry, songs, art, thoughts, and theories written to turn that A of my surname, D-R-A-G-N, into D-R-A-G-O-N, into an old dragon. As the motto of the Dragon Army is, nobody is born a dragon. You become one. You gotta be able to do the General War Integrated All Body Training System, aka the 300 workout, which I began 2019 in October, paradoxically in a parallel providential way. When began it, my workout was already, I lost more than 60 pounds up to that point in time, more than 77 now. But when began the workout, I began it paradoxically in a parallel and providential way to go hand in hand with a World War III scenario. Yeah, you heard that right. I've got documented proof of work, proof of my work, tens and hundreds of workout videos on YouTube and Facebook. Hundreds. Hundreds. And working out, training, exercising has been, is, and will be medicine and therapy for yours truly. I believe it is for many therapy as well, since more than 3 years began on my fitness journey, coming out of depression, being suicidal, down and out. I'm still in debt, but I'm investing in the body. Body is a temple for pleasure and purpose. Yesterday, March, more than 3.5 hours. Monday, more than 4.5 hours. Together is more than 9 hours. It's investing in the body. Push-ups, hawk squats. So I've developed my own training system, created it, and paradoxically, in a providential parallel way, created it to go hand in hand with a World War III scenario. You heard that right. 2019 October was already alarmed and assessing the situation on a global scale. Said, hey, humanity, Western civilization, North American civilization, Western civilization, we are on a path towards World War III, man. Back in October 2019, I was saying it. Due to the US-China trade war is a major factor, the arrest of Meng Wanzhou, aka Cathy Meng, is a major factor. Historical events, the Middle East, Islamic State situation, and historical events such as Pearl Harbor. I said 2019, October. Humanity, global civilization, we're on a path to another world war. So created the General War Integrated Body Training System to go hand in hand with the World War III scenario. And now with the new crises between Russia and Ukraine, has World War III begun with Russia's invasion of Ukraine? Some say yes, others say no. Back in 2019, October, yours truly created the General War Integrated Body Training System, which is a required test examination for all willingly living to become a member of a Dragon Army. And I don't want to be part of no security and armed forces who doesn't take into account sexuality, or I don't want to Be over an army of self-righteous fucking pricks. Verstehst? You get lust, you admit it. You need service, you admit it. You get an erection, you gotta do the little do. What can one of my sister's friends provide a service? Can we get some sex workers, legalize sex work, legalize drugs? I guess some. So that doesn't take into account this. Now this lust, this natural, whatever lusts, desires. To fulfill them, if we can provide the service, not to repress them. Repress make us sick, ill and disease, make us sick, ill and disease. Anger, channel it. Violence, channel it. Aggression, fucking channel it. I got aggression in me. I got violence in me. I suffered, struggled. Nobody gave me nothing, man. Zero. My LGBTQ ass. I repressed my being 7 years ago marked in October. Let me get another cup of coffee. Back in October 2021, last year, marked 7 years since I came out being androgynous pansexual. How many you think? You think Carl Nassib is the only LGBTQ labor in the NFL? He's perhaps the freest, bravest motherfucker on the motherfucking field. I don't want to be part of. I'm getting no orders from no leaders of the free world, man. Yeah, people are out of their minds. You're disc fucking connected, man. Drop down and give Dragon Zero some goddamn push-ups, man. Shit. Freedom. Man, I admit. Sword. SWORD. Sword of Freedom. It's too heavy to lift for me. By myself. I need help. I need support, aid, assistance. A double-edged sword, man. I admit, over the weekend I watched some pornography. I masturbated. I imagined I was beautiful whore. There you go. Take orders from whom? Water. Which leaders of the free world, man? Address and tidy read from a piece of paper. People are must be out of your goddamn minds. People are living in different worlds, man. When's the last time the leaders of the free world marched in steel-toe boots? Trudeau, nothing against you, President brother, but last time I marched through Westmount, a multi-million-dollar houses, didn't you? Well, my father gave me nothing but a surname. Don't even remember the motherfucker. Not that it matters. I don't got family issues. All willingly loving be my allies and armies de facto are my family. Kisses, hugs, rubs, washing of the feet. Let's go. Massage, dance, rap, food, housing, transport, food, housing, transport, food, housing, transport. We secure that public-private partnership. We ensure and secure freedom for all supporters, citizens, allies, and subjects of the dancing goddess in the Dragon Kingdom. Then we can work on the fourth dimension, services, for pleasure and purpose. Encourage people to work out, train, exercise. I'm going to take orders from whom, man? They're all free world. They don't even say I love you. Vote for who? They don't even say I love you, bro. If it's not love, L-O-V, I don't want nothing to do with it, man. Fuck out my face. Keep 2 meters away, I'm triple vaxxed. Don't worry, I got food to survive this 22 journey, man. Today journey, y'all disconnected, y'all got them out of your mind, man. People are woo. I read from a piece of paper. Now, if there's statistics or mathematics, I read from a piece of paper. I can do a meditation now. Brothers and sisters now. Railroad, Canada, US, going crossing the border. Trucks, how many? There's a definite number. Elon Musk, in a parallel life, science, innovation, and technology is my chosen pathway. Satellites, telecommunications, ICBM rockets, and micro gadgets is my chosen path. Microchips, microchips, microchips. As a spur in this life, In that parallel life, satellites, microchips, supercomputers, gadgets is my chosen path. In this life here, philosophy, poetry, art, theory, sexuality, psychological theory, philosophical theory, political theory, art, the irrational, emotional, spiritual, psychosexual, sexual aspects of life is my chosen path. They gotta go hand in hand and work together. So the philosophy to express that is simple. 2 plus 2 equals 4, I guess. But doesn't mean that we gotta write 2 plus 2 in one color, red or green or red or white or black or white. We can write all the colors of the rainbow in black and white. 2, we can write it in green. The plus, we can write one line in white, the other one in black. And the 2, we can write it in red. And the equal, we can write it in green, black or white. And the 4, we can write it in purple, yellow, and orange. So we got all the colors of the rainbow plus the black and the white. 2 plus 2 equals 4. Meaning the rational, emotional, psychological, sexual, and be counterbalanced with the scientific, high technological world which we have attained. And that is the dancing goddess in the Dragon Kingdom. That is Adrian Hanna Dragon's mission, vision here. Perhaps my purpose on this beautiful planet, which I call the goddess. They don't like that. I say goddess. Right? God, God, God. Or God, where the goddess at, man? Hey, Don Kanye West, put my underground rapping voice on Donda number 3 or whatever now. Dondas. For the goddess, y'all say God, way too much, I gotta goddess it, goddess it, goddess it. Y'all say God too much, well I gotta goddess it, goddess it, goddess it. Y'all say God too much, so I gotta goddess it. Expressed in the dancing goddess Army's motto. All fruits, vegetables, and legumes are made, created, and produced by the dance of the goddess with her brother the sun. Even this black coffee bean coming from a red berry initially, somewhere from Africa, Latin America, or Vietnam. In my other cup of coffee, I did a meditation, quick summary of it. Said because maybe even the CEO who gets millions of dollars a year, because it's not indicated on the box which I've purchased where the origin of the coffee bean is from, just says rich dark roast, rich dark roast, rich dark roast. How it is, but it doesn't say the country. It can be from the top 5 exporters and producers of coffee beans, which are Brazil, Vietnam, Colombia. Those are in the top 5. The top 10 are probably in Africa, Uganda, and the Ivory Coast, who produce coffee beans. And by de facto export coffee beans. In Canada, we don't produce, not even in greenhouses. Greenhouses, none that I know of. If you know, fact check, whatever. Fact check. Greenhouses do we have in Canada produce coffee beans? I doubt it. I think it's too arduous, costly, not that efficient to make in greenhouses coffee beans. I could be wrong. Let me know. I would like to try them. Anyways, so I said maybe even the CEO who gets since 2000, he's been there for 13 point whatever 11, 13.3, 13.18 years, whatever. CEO makes a few $1,000,000 a year. He's in a skyscraper somewhere in Seattle or here, Hawk Island, Montreal, or Toronto, or New York. There, Black Rock, Black Stone, Black Rock, or whatever. Not that well known, but is a big financial multinational institution since the 80s, founded in the 80s. I'm not gonna go into that. That's another cup of coffee just to focus on just financial matters. But anyways, CEO of this, I'm not gonna name because they don't give me a dollar donation. Got no private or public sponsorship at the moment. Still waiting for my first dollar donation via PayPal. Anybody to commission a video on a topic or a dance for an hour workout, feel free. If not, it's okay. Keep my holy, sacred, and divine name out of your mouth, Adrian Hanna Dragon, unless it's for a blessing, though. Thank you for understanding. So maybe the CEO has been since 2007 for big ultra multinational corporation doesn't know where the bean come from? And I get to him 7 years later. Oh, finally got the message back 7 years later from the CEO. He responds, says, listen, all the information I have is that it's potentially from this. I have a chart. Calls me back 7 years later. I insist. I call him once a week. Finally, 7 years later, he gets the call back. Sends me a refund and sends me a lifetime supply of coffee. This is imaginary, of course, scenario. It's not. I wish I would have coffee supplied. I would like to try. If anybody makes it this far, before I die, I would love to try coffee from Uganda. Coffee from Uganda. Coffee from Uganda. Uganda is a country in Africa where yours truly by the Nile, by the Nile, by the Nile, by the city of the pyramids was my home in many, many, many past lives and incarnations, as was in many past lives and incarnations by the Euphrates or by the Danube or by the Ganges in many countries, many ages. Right here now, 4:51 p.m. in Hawk Island, Montreal, yours truly. So if anybody wants to get me some coffee from Uganda, I would love to try the coffee from Uganda before I leave this earth and we go towards the stars and send struck my sister to send part of me to the city of those pyramids there in near Cairo, if possible, to the Nile, my body, the sun. Anywho, anywho. So 7 years later, the CEO calls me back, says, "Hey, Adrian, Hannah, sorry it took so long. It took 7 years. The CEO has been the top honcho CEO, chief executive officer of the corporation who produces the coffee, which I know it's rich dark roast, but do not know the country of origin because on some labels it's indicated produce of Cuba or product of Brazil or Vietnam or Colombia. Colombia, Brazil, Vietnam is now also in the top. Is the second, I think, producer of coffee beans and exporter thereof. Vietnam has overtaken many countries in the past decades real fast. Vietnam in coffee production and exportation. Check it out, Vietnam has just skyrocketed in coffee production. They dedicated a big area of their farmlands to coffee production. Vietnam, it's quite good, the coffee from Vietnam. I love it. So it's on the market. So CEO, of course, it's a subsidiary, but it finally gets back to me 7 years later. Say, Adrian Hanna, listen, I found this information for you. Sorry, it took 7 years to get back to you, but here it is. So I only have limited information. So maybe the CEO doesn't even know at this particular rich dark roast of where, because he's corporation, the multinational imports from so many different places. It could be even a mixture. Imports from Colombia, imports from Venezuela, imports from Brazil, imports from Costa Rica, imports from Vietnam, imports from Uganda, imports from Ivory Coast. So from the three continents which produce coffee, Africa, Asia, Vietnam, and Latin America, which produces. Brazil is still top number one. Brazil is still the top coffee producing country in the world. Brazil. Right, that I know for sure. Fact check. Still is. Vietnam has skyrocketed a lot. So Vietnam, I believe, is number two. Pretty sure it could be number three, but anyways. So the CEO says, listen, this is what I can tell you. It's possible that this coffee, because he has a chart. So I said, it could be, since our coffee at that specific production with this rich dark roast, 25% comes from Brazil, 15% comes from Colombia, and 10% comes from Costa Rica. And the other percentage is other. So we have 25 and 15, that is 25 plus 15, that is 40, and plus 10 we have 50. So 50% from three countries and the 50 other percent from other countries. So it could be from Guatemala, Honduras, Bolivia, right? It can be from a mixture of coffees, Uganda, Ivory Coast. So that's the information. So it could happen that not even the CEO knows of the corporations, right? So doing a meditation now, right? How many cups of coffee have been sold now in an area, square kilometers around my room, office, and temple? let's say in Hawk Island, Montreal, of a population 2.5 million just on the island. The big metropolitan island with the South Shore and the North Shore is 4.5. Second biggest city in Canada, Montreal, population wise. And also, just on the island, it's an island surrounded by a big, big river. From above, if you look, to me at least, it looks like a bird with spread wings. And the headquarters of the Dancing Goddess in the Dragon Kingdom is Mount Royal in the center south, center south, center south of the island. And it's visible from around the island. It's visible from around about the island. The Mount Royal, the system of mountains, the heart of the island, at the heart of the island, at the heart of the island, with the three peaks. Mount Royal proper, Westmount, where is the most affluent, richest, wealthiest, economically, financially, commercially. I say that in my videos when I pass, but not necessarily by merit or talent or karma, right? Because a lot of wealth there in Westmount is inherited second, third, fourth, fifth, seventh, even eighth generation since the founding of Confederation in 1867, on 1880s, 1890s, early 1900s, right? It's inheritance, a lot of it. Not all. I would like to know the percentage, but a lot of it is in passed from great grandfathers and whatever. A lot, some of new wealth, new rich, nouveau rich have moved in Westmount a lot, a big percentage since 1984. So 80s, 90s, early the past decade, in the past 21st century, a lot. But there's still some wealth that's inherited, of course. Trust fund kids. No trust fund, man. Nothing. Zero, 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 not a zilch. Ain't nobody lend me a dime. Zero. Dragon zero. Nobody's born a dragon. The CEO gets to me back 7 years and says, hey, so that's the information. So it could be that even the top, CEO of the corporation could be that doesn't even know the information fully. Cannot say with certitude, can just give me some information and could deduct from there, or it could be from either or those countries that the coffee comes from. Could be that the details, but down the supply chain, down the supply chain, down the supply chain, with all the complexities and the intricacies and the sophistication, there is in real time an answer to that question. And there is somebody who knows or who dealt with it. He packaged it, the farmer, but the farmer perhaps knows just his part and then put on the truck and then cross perhaps maybe an ocean if it's from Africa. If not, if it's from Brazil or Colombia or Bolivia. In Canada, we have coffee from Cuba as well. Cuba, we don't have an embargo with Cuba. Cuban coffee is good. From the mountains, they grow coffee. So, traveled thousands of miles to get to Hawk Island, Montreal, maybe by truck and then rail. And the corporations bought from the farm, the tons in bulk, right? The deals that they had for the coffee beans, and then it got processed. The process to make it into coffee, because originally the coffee bean comes from a red berry, right? It's a red berry initially, and just like all ALL fruits, vegetables, and legumes, it is created by the dance of the goddess with her brother the sun. Harvested by one of my brothers and sisters, farmers who harvest now. Right, spring is beginning, plowing the sowing, and I said before in the past that I felt during COVID that I'm fucking useless since I never farmed, but I did farm, urban farming, so I did at the micro level, at the micro level, at the micro level. So I do have experience in this life as well, in many other past lives, by the Nile, by the Euphrates, by the Danube. I was a farmer. I farmed especially for the priestesses of the goddess. Brought them food to the temple of the goddess. Yes, those goddesses, which we chased out of the temples and bearded council of fools, became self-sufficient. But the emotions must, and the irrational and the feelings must, just like logic lusts. The emotional, irrational side of life, as important as scientific, in my dreams. My dreams were so irrational, aberrations, mixture of aberrations of lust and fears and psychological dimensions in in a dream which I had last night, which was my own internal lust, my own internal lust, and after a certain degree fears, hidden fears, hidden lusts, the unadmitted. How important it is because it's unadmitted, right? How much is part of us because it's unadmitted. Take LGBTQ issues, like the NFL. It took 7 decades, 70 years to have one just not even a year ago. One thing he came out, it doesn't matter, in July, whatever, August, whatever. One open player to play in the NFL who's gay. 70 years. And how many more are on the field? I always say when I said NFL, 11 versus 11, offense, defense, there's one who's LGBTQ. Economic, financial, commercial pressures, I understand. Hey, the money, huh? It's hard. It's sure freedom to be ourselves when we have economic, financial, commercial pressures. It's hard. It's tough, man. I understand. I myself have lost economic, financial, commercial because I got tiny hands, tiny feet, tiny little androgynous clit dick, scar dick for being LGBTQ. No callback, sorry, XYZ. Or people gossip, we gossip, right? But when it comes down to be in a certain position, situation, I'm able to be as professional, as incorporated, as incarnated to the best of my abilities, fully to the best of the abilities which have. And this is another balance, another harmony, another equilibrium. Because right now in my underground room of some temple, I am private citizen dragon, global citizen, private citizen. I could shut everything off, get naked, put Madonna music or whatever music, Rihanna or rap or pop or rock, Michael Jackson or whatever music, and start dancing naked. I could even film it and put it. I will have to put disclaimers and restricted 18 plus, but I could still do it. I don't have OnlyFans. Well, little tiny little androgynous clit there. I can shake it good though. Shake it 1,000,000,000 times. Got his best kiss. Anyways, as a private citizen, I could do that. When I step outside of my domain, my rent space, so it's my domain for at least, well, in theory, have to give me a notice for a month at least, till April, rent evictions or whatever have you. I've been a few years in this underground room office and temple, did a lot of creative work, philosophical, theoretical, build those muscle, got fit. So would love to have that house there in Westmount, which has been unkept, desolate, and unkept, desolate, unkept, desolate, need of love. For more than 7 years that passed by and nothing changed with it. It looks the most decrepit, decaying, and in need of love in the neighborhood. And we're gonna make it the loveliest in that rich, affluent, wealthy, economically, financially, commercially, not necessarily merit or talent or karma, which we call Westmount. On Belvedere, between Belvedere Circle and Belvedere, between 53 Belvedere and 57 Belvedere. You can take a look there if you make it this far in this video, and go take a look and see it. And see it on my Facebook, you can see it there, which house it is. Scroll down, you see workouts, rants, and philosophy. Yeah, so that house. Need a love, but could hug, massage, wash, kiss all my willingly loving allies and armies there. And I don't want to be, for me, a spiritual teacher, and I'm a teaching student because I'm learning every day. My philosophy, spirituality, I claim to try to be in the middle, in the balance. Anyways, let me finish the private and the public. So right now private. I'm gonna share this with the public, the internet, public-private, right? When I step outside, I'm no longer just private citizen. I'm also public citizen. When I step outside, I'm also private and public. I can reserve a privacy. Maybe I want to stay 2 meters away, cause just because XYZ, whatever reasons, hygienic, hygienic question of hygiene or whatever. And I can always do better hygiene. I get dirty, I admit it. I got dirt. I watch porn during the weekend. I told you. I fantasized, I masturbated. Cool? Cool. So when I step outside, I'm no longer just private. I mean, citizen. I'm also public. So the public and the private, PPP. And the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom has private-public partnerships. This complementary covenant cooperative institutions, International Citizen Integrated Social Security and Service Force, aka the Dragon Service and Security Force, Dragon Army, Dancing Goddess Army, International Integrated Dance League. Integrate, that will be an all gender, all ages, all sexual orientations, inclusive, for pleasure and purpose. We can have professional dancers for pleasure and purpose, for the environment, to clean the oceans, the rivers, the waterways, for the environmental education, of which I have some experience and have self-learned, self-taught, and some practical experience on the field, along with some farming, a lot of people's doctor, self-educated, Dr. Dragon, Rainbow, Dr. Dragon. Not perfect. Right now, rent is paid, electricity bill is paid, got food to last me this 22 journey, I admit. What I could fucking use right now is a good neck rub. Right, left, right, like, oh yeah, yeah. Tom Brady, come give Dragon a, for world peace. Tom Brady, give Dragon a goddamn neck rub for world goddamn peace. Anyways, you don't think Colin Siegel's the only LGBTQ player in the NFL, baby, do you? Took 70 years. See this long process is this, right? And people rush back to go back to business as usual. Sports leagues, CEO corporations, economic, financial, commercial pressures. I understand them more than a lot of people. Believe me. Right now, I'm in debt $10,000. I've applied to positions, jobs, been turned down. Independent artist, athlete, activist, and struggled, suffered, lonely, depressed, suicidal. I've been rock bottom. Rock bottom, man. But even through the struggle, read tens of thousands of books, went to the library, read at the library, took books, read them, wrote, studied, learned. I'm still learning every day. Matter of fact, this Wi-Fi now could be somebody from Texas. Hey, you watching in Texas? You watching this? The telecommunications. In a parallel life, I know how to do all the hacking and the going in supercomputers, satellites, telecommunications, micro gadgets, microchips. I know all that in a parallel self, with the parallel life of myself, the version of myself. I'm a mixture of Bill Gates, Sheryl Sandberg, and Elon Musk, Zuckerberg in it. Computer, satellite, science, innovation, and technology genius. In that parallel life, spent my youth in Germany, and at the age of 22 migrated to Israel, and then moved between Israel, United States, and Germany and other places of the world in the scientific, technological community, and developed gadgets and satellite telecommunication systems and micro gadgets and microchips and NSO Pegasus software like an AI. In this life, philosophy, poetry, art, psychosexual theory, spirituality, spiritual teachings, the irrational emotional aspects of life, the physical, my own created general war integrated body training system. And I am calling and have been calling for the mass MAS financing, fellow citizens, Canada, US, North American civilization and beyond, especially here because North America, we are transnational hockey leagues and The leagues binational. Right? The NHL is not really national, and the NBA is not really national. It's binational, right? Because we have teams on both sides of the border. Think of that for a second. My policy, America: one border, no borders, two oceans. No borders, two oceans. No borders, two oceans. I am half a nerd, a dreamer, also, but also have some practical experience and practical developments, which got proof of work. And with all the little rap, underground rap in between, and artistic, and all the vices and the lusts and the that I do have, that do admit to have, I am for the greater good. I am for the greater good. I am for the greater good. Firmly believe without a doubt that at this point in time, March 23rd, the trinity of theories which have developed over more than 7.7 years, citizen integration theory, debt refusion theory, democratic fusion theory, are best for the solution to breaking the impasses which currently exist on a local, national, and international level. By the creation of these two new institutions, I'm going to get some more coffee. See this coffee. To do a spiritual meditation of the dancing goddess and the dragon. The Dancing Goddess Army motto, philosophical spiritual motto is: all ALL fruits, vegetables, and legumes are made, created, and produced by the dance of the goddess with her brother the sun. Now that's a universal truth. If you want to say goddess or not, or Mother Earth, nature, this mysterious, powerful, beautiful, terrible, sometimes there's storms now, thunder in the world. Mountains, rocks, elements within Mother Nature. Mother Nature is the greatest scientist and artist. And I'm just a fucking piece of dust. Dancing dust, nonetheless. I'm great at philosophy, theory. Firmly believe this trinity of theories are best at this point in time. For a new world order of war, peace, international justice, secured and ensured global freedom, and attaining harmony between civilization and nature. To be institutions for the 21st century. The Dancing Goddess Army and the Dragon's Army. Officially the Dragon Army, International Citizen Integrated Social Security and Service Force. Modeled, paradoxically, providentially, after my solution in my World War III scenario, which the World War III scenario was made to go with the workout, which I began in 2019 October. The General War Integrated Total Body Training System, Dragon Army workout, aka the 300 workout, which was created by yours truly back in October 2019. Back then, Alarm was saying we are on the path to World War III. And developed and created and made the General War Integrated Total Body Training System, of which I performed more than 230 sessions in my underground room office and temple since. I'm going to try to get to 300 soon. I'm working out, training, exercising has been, is, and will be medicine and therapy for yours truly. I've been calling since more than 3 years on my fitness journey for the mass financing thereof. To encourage people and to incentivize, to work out, train, exercise. We can do it. The corporations, multinationals, together with the patriarchal, I'm going to say it because there's not even one women's sports league that makes even close financially. Not even close, man. Women's hockey league, financially, economically, commercially, not even a small percentage of what the NHL makes, the NBA, the NFL, the MLB, which are patriarchal sports leagues. The Dancing Goddess Army will complement that, will be cooperative to that, complementary. Dancing for me is a holy, sacred ritual. The Dancing Goddess Army's motto: all fruits, vegetables, and legumes are made, created, and produced by the dance of the goddess with her brother the sun. Whether you agree with that or not, it's a universal fact and truth. Now it's 5:15 p.m. EST. When's sunset in Hawk Island, Montreal? Sunset 7:09, 7:11, 7:11, 7:11. But on the West Coast, somebody's drinking coffee now on the West Coast, dark roast. On the West Coast, we gotta subtract. So we go west, west, west. We gotta subtract time zones. -1 hour, -2 hours, -3 hours. So we get 5:16 minus 3. That is 2:16 p.m. Vancouver, British Columbia. It's 2:16 p.m. Vancouver, British Columbia. Seattle, Washington State, same 2:16 p.m. in the afternoon. San Francisco, LA, California, 2:16 also, -3 hours on the west coast of Canada and the US. Gotta subtract 3 hours, 3-hour time zones. In Berlin, city of the pyramids, in Jerusalem, it's +6 hours, so it's 5:16 p.m. It's night now. It's night in Europe, right? What time? So in Cairo, city of the pyramids, where the pyramids are, is 11:16 p.m. Berlin, since they haven't moved the hours, it's 10:17 now, because it's 5:17 p.m. now. Jerusalem is 11:17 p.m. So Cairo and Jerusalem are the same hours, 6 hours difference, right? 6-hour difference. Berlin is 5-hour difference, so it's 10:17. So it's night in Africa, Europe, and the Middle East. It's nighttime now. Hopefully somebody's kissing, making love now there. Europe, Middle East, Africa, kiss, hug. Israel, Yerushalayim, LGBTQ love or not, rainbow love or not, egg love. Because otherwise, what the fuck are we fighting to save for this civilization? I mean, right now is not kissing. Hopefully somebody now in Hawk Island, Montreal, east, west, north, south of me, is kissing, giving good hug, good loving right now. Otherwise, the fuck are we fighting to save for? Democracy and freedom, then for who? For multi-millionaire CEOs, multi-millionaire, multi-billionaire chief financial officers and chief executive officers and multi-millionaire artists and athletes who make $37 million for a movie, and they made 3 movies and they made $100 million last year. For who, man? Freedom and democracy for who? Right? I want to keep the status quo. I understand COVID. I died during COVID. Triple vaccinated. I had COVID at the end of January 2020 until about February, mid-February or so. It was a very sickle disease. It was like death, pestilence and disease. Being reborn, Adrian Hanna Dragon. Androgynous, pansexual, founder of the dancing goddess and the dragon king. Not perfect. Flaws, vices, lusts. Yeah. I get moody, get upset. I struggled, suffered. Those institutions that we have, they won't go back to the status quo. I don't want to go back to nothing. Nothing. I have a tendency to see things that they were better in the past, right? Some of us. People. I read an interesting study. Supposedly about 40% of adult population it was a survey in Eastern Europe. They were nostalgic and believed that life was better during the communist socialist era, the USSR, the Soviet Union. In the Soviet Union, ex-Soviet Union, they did I think it was in Russia, Hungary, Romania, and something like that. I have to check it on BBC, British Broadcasting Corporation, BBC News. I read it last year. They did surveys, and more than 1/3 of the adult population believe that times that it was better. I understand sometimes change, transition comes with pain and suffering. I had my share of pain and suffering. Many people have. Look, suicidal. I was suicidal. It's not a good place to be in, man. Depressed. I don't want to be part of no army that is sexually repressed, that doesn't admit we have jealousies, we have the, the lower aspect of ourselves, our more darker aspects of ourselves. And then to admit it, bring it into the light, and then take action to channel it. And channel into constructive areas such as working out, training, exercising, working, creating art, rapping, singing, massaging, kissing, washing, marching. All these activities has been therapy and medicine for me. It is for many. And then public-private partnership, drag an army on the field, east, west, north, south, to encourage people to work out, train, exercise, and to be of service, right? To be of service. Me taking orders from who? Which general? Must be out of your must be out of your goddamn minds, man. Huh? What? And start kissing, start loving, start massaging, working out, training, exercising. Life is short, man. That's what I could use right now. A good neck rub, a good massage. Freedom and democracy for who? CEOs make multi-million dollars a year. Players in the patriarchal sports leagues, NFL, National Football League, NHL, National Hockey League, NBA, MLB. They're good. We also gotta eat. Everybody gotta eat. I'm good tonight. I got sandwiches. I'm good for tomorrow. I'm good until April 10th to last me this food. The food price is increasing. Inflation. We're gonna go to the monetary system. We're gonna keep this system. And keep freedom and democracy for who? The stock market. For financiers, for bankers, for we had enough bonuses. They gave bonuses in when we, the working class, were let down in 2007, 2010, great financial recession, man. Reforms, institutions, solutions. I firmly believe that all the rawness, the eccentric. I'm an eccentric. I'm an independent artist, athlete, activist, AAA, philosopher, poet. Who is not perfect? You don't see me reading from a piece of paper, a script. I got more passion than most of these politicians. These politicians of the free world, they got more money for PR, public relations, PR sessions, PR agency, advertising campaigns. They got money for that. They well financed. Hey, daddy gave them money. Trust fund kids, man. I'm going to take orders from the leaders of the free world. Join the army of what? Where? Who? What? I served in the U.S. Army. Born in the USA twice in past lives, 156 years ago that way. Down south, 718 miles from here. Served in the Army in a past life in the USA. Many armies, many incarnations, many nations. Dragon Army, Dragon Zero, aka Limp Dick. Dragon Zero, aka Limp Dick. Nickname, Dragon Zero, aka Limp Dick. Ensure secure freedom, that's what I must. And work on services, philosophies, spiritual teachings, man. I want to be part of no spiritual You don't listen to a spiritual teacher. It doesn't say to a congregation, I love you, or come here. Anybody want a massage? Anybody want a kiss? Anybody want a hug? Any foot rub? Any washing? Priestesses of the dancing goddess. I don't like I say goddesses. Goddess. Dances with a brother, son, whether we like it or not. Whether the Pope keeps on poping up. Let priestess Hannah dressed in scarlet and go to a dance for world peace. That's what I'm asking the Pope. Round about the Pope. That's my message. That doesn't offer kisses, massages, X's, Z's, hugs, dancing, cooking, massaging, chanting, and acknowledging Mother Nature is the greatest artist and scientist, and the spirituality. The dancing goddess motto is all fruits, vegetables, and legumes are made, created, and produced by the dance of the goddess with her brother the sun. Now, my brothers and sisters, farmers, harvest them for us to build, maintain, or upgrade civilization. That is the motto, philosophical motto, the dancing goddess and the dragon king. Saying the leaders of the free world, and go give the farmers and the truckers and the grocery store clerks a massage, washing of the hands, kissing. So I'm saying to the leaders of the free world, politicians, parliament, U.S. Congress. Now Dragon Zero tells you how to do, man. Leaders of the free world. Keep on rocking in the free world, man. Do what? People are disconnected, man. Calling the leaders of the free world to come marching steel-toe boots right here. NATO prime ministers, 30 NATO member countries, prime ministers, presidents, coming to Hawk Island, Montreal, ASAP, March 23rd, and let's do it April Fool's Day. 3.5 hours roundabout Mount Royal, steel-toe boots with some dancing. I'm going to discuss the citizen integration theory, debt refusion theory, and democratic fusion theory. Trinity of theories for the establishment of a new world order of world peace, international justice, securing and ensuring global freedom, and attaining harmony between civilization and nature by the institution of the two complementary covenant cooperative institutions, International Citizen Integrated Social Security and Service Force, the aka Dragon Army, Security and Service, the International Integrated Dance League, the Dancing Goddess Army. To be for security and for service. The Dancing Army, Goddess, for purpose and pleasure in the 21st century to complement the existing world order, the existing world order which has been corporatized. Multinational corporations have been since 1984 across the world. You look at the growing economic inequality, commercial financial inequality. Since November 6, 1984, it's Ronald Reagan, is it November 7, 9? Ronald, in November was the election. I believe it's November 6, 1984, Ronald Reagan's election. Right? Something like that. I'm gonna check now. Fact check. That's when I pinpoint. November 6, 1984, Ronald Reagan wins the election in the United States. So I was right. Right? So to create these new institutions, be across free world, tell the leaders of the free world Dragon Zero's message. Drop down and give Dragon Zero 13 push-ups with love and for the sake of world peace. That's my message. Clear, straightforward, direct. Drop down and give Dragon Zero 13 push-ups with love and for the sake of world peace. And vote for who? Or say I love you. My willingly loving allies and armies pledge your allegiance, legions, thou art my family de facto. Dancing goddess and dragon king. I love you. Kiss, 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 hug, massage, wash, workout, train, exercise. Share, read, learn, learn, learn. Question. Meditate upon Mother Nature. Dances with a bird of sun. Now the sun is rising and the sun setting. It's 5:30 p.m. Still 93 minutes till sunset here in Hawk Island, Montreal. So a bit of sunlight. Imagine all that light and life being shed on a macro scale on Canada, United States, Mexico, Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, Costa Rica, Panama, Colombia, Bolivia, Venezuela, Peru, Chile, Brazil, Uruguay, Paraguay. On North America, Central America, the islands with Cuba and Haiti and Dominican Republic and the smaller islands, and South America. On all countries at this moment in time. Don't forget on the West Coast it's -3 hours time zone, so it's 2:31 p.m. on the West Coast, USA and North America, Canada. A macro level, all that life and light and light. When I say the dancing goddess who dances with her brother the sun, makes streets and produce all fruits, vegetables and legumes, even this coffee comes from a black bean or red berry originally. It comes in a red berry originally. Red being my favorite color and the color of the dragon army de facto. The dancing goddess army green and the Phoenix People's Party, the anti-war, anti-poverty, anti-racism, pro-love, universal revolutionary centrist party is rainbow colored. All that life and light at a macro scale. And all those birds now, seeing birds yesterday flying, coming back here, spring, beautiful rows of birds, or millions of them. There's a definite number, just like there's a definite number of how many now trucks are circulating in and out of Canada, from Mexico, North America, and beyond Latin America, with goods, with coffee, banana, potatoes, oranges, wheat, lentils, beans, food products, canned goods, all goods, not just food goods, but all sorts of goods, clothing. There's a definite number, maybe 1,000, maybe 10,000, maybe 959 crossing now the supply chains across North America and the ports. How many workers? Thank you, love you, massage you, kiss you, hug you. Now the Dragon Army to be of security and service, east, west, north, south, integrated with all existing public and private institutions and organizations. East, west, south, north. Transnational institutions, international institutions, to be incorporating and absorbing existing institutions to balance the public and the private spheres of life by the implementation of the trinity of theories in citizen integration theory, debt refusion theory, and democratic fusion theory, so that to bridge the gap between the rural and the urban, mass urbanization, to see how farming is done. Here in Quebec, the 61 dams which provide electricity across the province and beyond to about 5 or 6 states in the US, New York, Massachusetts, Vermont, New Jersey, I believe New Hampshire as well, Maine, Hydro-Quebec, clean renewable energy, 61 dams, this great province of Quebec. See how farming is done, rural, urban, citizens, especially the youth, to be of service. Imagining a scenario now, a trucker now in the field, just coming in Hawk Island here, passes by, has to drop off some goods at a big store for a bit of security of service. Say, hey, how the application with the phone, 1-800 phone number of service, 24/7 security and service. Say, hey, can anybody be of service? I've been driving for 13.3 hours, all the way from down south US. Any fellow dragons, I would love to get a neck rub, half an hour neck rub, or a good half an hour massage. You know, my neck, my back is killing me. I could use a good goddamn massage. Yeah, we got you. Where you at? Where you located? Well, we're gonna locate in that parking lot. Closest dragon is gonna be of service. A notation integrated with all internet technologies, Facebook, Instagram, Meta, and beyond. With radio stations, public and private institutions, and corporations and organizations to be of service and security. To provide them a good goddamn security. I'll be on the field. I'll provide services. I'll be XYZ. Need a little help. Integrate across all the economic, financial, and commercial sectors. Tell the leaders of the free world to go give the farmers a good goddamn massage, kissing of the hands and a washing of the feet, man. I'm gonna take any order from who? Leaders of the free world. Shh. Make all the backroom dealings y'all want, man. I'm marching steel toe boots. Hawkeye to Montreal. Maybe then I'll consider it. And I have my passion, just got more money for PR, public relations agencies. That's what you got money for. Jet planes, private jet planes. Suit and tie be too tight for this androgynous pansexual Hana dragon and rainbow dragon, dragon zero. Yours truly HANNH. Be too tight. Couldn't dance too well, couldn't work out too well, so have to loosen up so you can keep it. I don't want it. I do am calling war willingly loving allies and armies to support the mission, vision, and philosophy thereof. The dancing goddess in the dragon kingdom. To establish the dancing goddess in the dragon kingdom for a new world order of world peace, international justice, and security to ensure global freedom and attaining harmony between civilization and nature. With a balance, with a harmony, to establish and to create, institutionalize the two complementary covenant and cooperative institutions, international citizen integrated social security and service force, aka the Dragon Army, and the International Integrated Dance League, aka the Dancing Goddess Army, to be of security and of service, to be of security and of service, of security and of service, of security and of service. Constantly on the ground, on the move, east, west, north, south, securing food, housing, and transport. This public-private partnership and debt refusing all existing private and public debt. My debt is 10,000 if private debt is represented by X. If I'm X1, you're X2, and there's hundreds of thousands, millions, hundreds of millions of X's across NATO member countries and beyond. Refusing it, taking that number, using it to create a new, the UE, Universal Exchange Unit, across NATO member countries and beyond, all willingly living allies, integrated with all technologies. The UE, Universal Exchange Unit, by preferably biometrics, the hand, the voice, and the eye being unique biometric identifiers. Created two complementary institutions, International Integrated Social Security and Service Force, aka the Dragon Army, the International Integrated Dance League, the Dancing Goddess Army, to be complementary and cooperative to the existing institutions, to be of security and service, the Dragon Army, services provided, whatever they can be, help with the children. Let's say it's children are driving their parents crazy, too hyperactive, they got 3 kids, 11, 12, and 13, they're jumping around, mother can't cook, calls the 1-800 numbers with the app, the Dragon Army, east, west, north, south, wherever the Dragon Army is, on the ground, say, hey, can you take my kids for a half an hour workout train or dancing or go jogging or for an hour to play a sport outside because they're driving us crazy. Or they could use some free time in the evening, 8, could use an hour or even 2 hours or 1 hour and a half without the kids. Yep, Dragon Unit. Yep, you can do it. Let's go with the children. Go read them some books, go do push-ups, go in nature, go play some soccer, play some whatever, play some games, make them run a little bit, connect with nature a bit, go running, go XYZ, Be of security and of service. Of security and of service. Help with the children, help with the cooking. With a trucker who can't afford, it's too expensive, $100 for a good hour to get a massage. Dragon security and service force. To be of service. Truckers who drove 7 hours, 8, 10, 11 hours from the south with the needs a massage or neck rub for half an hour, just somebody to smoke a cigarette with. I don't encourage smoking. I don't smoke. I don't smoke. I don't smoke. But they are smokers. Some people still smoke or whatever, or have a coffee or whatever, or assist with XYZ. Integrate across all with all public and private corporations and institutions, securing food, housing, and transport for all citizens, allies, supporters, and subjects thereof, the dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom. Once we have those three, food, housing, and transport, housing, food, transport secured, we can offer the fourth dimension to that trinity of food, housing, and transport secured, which will secure freedom. Fourth dimension services for the body, for the mind, for the spirit. I don't want to, no spiritual teacher that or instructor that doesn't, for me, some LOV, some kisses, some hugs, some good massage, man. None of that. I don't want it. That's not for me. I'm not that kind of universal spiritual teaching student who doesn't offer LOV. Love is action. If just blah blah blah, blah 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 can only do half the story. Philosophy can do half as much as can give sophisticated language and verbose, complex, cosmopolitan philosophy. Sometimes you gotta be straightforward and direct. Like right now, what I could fucking use after my rent being paid and my electricity bill paid and half of my phone bill paid, and to that trinity of bills, fourth dimension got food. What I could use is a good neck rub. Tom Brady, dragging a neck rub. A good goddamn massage. Ain't got money for it. It's like $60 for half an hour. So learn massage therapy during COVID. Triple vaccinated, open for business, ready to serve. People serving Adrian Hanna Dragon. Taking any leaders, any orders from any leader of the free world. My order to the leaders of the free world is Dragon Zero is drop down and give Dragon Zero 13 push-ups with LOVE. Love them for the sake of world peace. It's been a class one, part of a continuing series, beginning of a series. The Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom, the Dancing Goddess Army and the Dragon Army, the complementary cooperative institutions to the Dancing Goddess. Complementary institutions to balance the existing corporate democratic financial order. So it's the political, social, financial, and psychosexual, spiritual complement to the existing corporate, technocratic new world, the order that we have since 1984. Love you. Don't waste time. Life is short. Start kissing, hugging, dancing, massaging, loving. Adrian Hanna Dragon, pledge your allegiance. Legions, androgynous, pansexual, founder of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom. Will you join me?